What if I told you that the next big crisis isn't a market crash? Not the kind we're used to seeing, where numbers fall and everyone panics. No, this is something far more dangerous, a reverse market crash. Imagine a world where the market doesn't drop, it skyrockets. Sounds great, right? But what if that explosion only benefits a few, while everyone else is left struggling to keep up? This phenomenon is unfolding right under our noses, and most people have no idea what's coming. Today, we're going to uncover why this crash up could be even worse than a typical downturn, and how it threatens to reshape the financial landscape in ways you might never expect. So here's the setup. Over the past few years, the US pumped trillions of dollars into the economy. Stimulus checks, relief packages, you name it. Money flooded into our system. But there's a hidden consequence to this massive cash injection. That money doesn't just sit there. It flows to the top, to those who understand how to multiply it. And if you don't have the knowledge or resources to keep up, that money moves on to someone else. It's like a cycle, only this time, it's leaving most people behind faster than ever. Think about what would happen if, right now, Jerome Powell, yes, the Fed chair, decides to drop interest rates. Let's say he lowers them from 8% to 6%, then maybe to 5% or 4%. What does that mean? For one, it means that if you're already priced out of the housing market, it's about to get worse. That $900,000 home, which is already unaffordable for many, could shoot up to $1.4 million just like that. And if that happens, well, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, but this time on steroids. The gap between the haves and have-nots widens to a chasm. But this isn't just about money or the economy, it's about something bigger. It's about freedom. Patrick Bet-David once said, quote, "The most valuable thing that we wanted and were willing to sacrifice everything, to go to a different country where we didn't speak the language and then come to America, was for one word, and it starts with the letter F, and it's called freedom." But here's the question. Is the economic system we're heading toward preserving that freedom, or is it taking it away? Because when the market skyrockets for the few, while everyone else struggles to survive, that's not freedom, that's inequality on overdrive. This reverse market crash threatens more than just our wallets. It threatens the very essence of what we've built this economy on: opportunity, fairness, and yes, freedom. And if we're not careful, the dream of upward mobility could turn into a nightmare for the majority. Now, some real estate agents are out here telling people, hey, don't worry, just wait until the rates come down. But here's the twist. They might be steering people straight into a trap, because if the rates do drop, it could trigger that reverse crash. Yes, your house might have more equity, but who's going to buy it? If people can't even afford a $900,000 home now, how are they going to afford it when the price jumps to $1.4 million? Look around. People are already protesting, saying, I can't keep up. I can't afford my life. Strikes are popping up all over, and they're not just about wages. They're about the reality of trying to live in an economy where everything is out of reach. Here's the kicker. The top 1%? They're ready for this. In fact, they're waiting for it. They know that if the market explodes upwards, their wealth goes along for the ride. And everyone else? They're left scrambling. Let's take a look at Venezuela. They experienced their own reverse market crash, where the value of assets skyrocketed in a way that most people couldn't benefit from. Does anyone think Venezuela has a great economy? Their top 1% flourished, while the majority struggled. It looked like prosperity on the surface, but the reality was a different story, one of inflation, disparity, and suffering. That's what we could be looking at, a market that goes bingo, boom, straight to the roof. People might think the economy is doing well, but it's just an illusion, a false hope. It's not real, and the real price will hit everyone else hard. Now, if you're part of the top 1%, this sounds like a golden age. They have the assets, the investments, the resources to capitalize on this. But for everyone else, it's a crisis in the making. And guess what? They're not talking about it. The headlines might say, record market highs, but that's just for those who are already in the game. Now, here's a twist. While everyone hopes for rates to come down, think about this. What if they don't? The Fed might hold rates steady. Jerome Powell could stay the course despite all the pressure to lower rates, especially with an election coming up. If he does, this might buy us some time to balance things out, maybe give the middle class a chance to keep their heads above water. But lowering rates just to give a temporary high? It could be devastating. The rich would celebrate, sure, but for the rest, it's like a sugar rush that crashes hard. There's another angle to this reverse market crash that's just as important. When those stimulus checks rolled out, people's credit card debt dropped, at least for a little while, but then spending shot back up. Credit card balances are now at an all-time high. And where did that money go? Right to the top. The profits from all that spending trickled up to the companies and, you guessed it, the 1%. So we've got a situation where even debt flows to the top. Regular people are drowning in it while the corporations are making a killing. If Powell holds his ground, things might balance, but if he gives in and drops rates, we're looking at a ticking time bomb. And it's not just him, it's the whole system. They know this, that's why they're worried. If we head toward a reverse market crash, the result could be catastrophic. In the short term, the market could soar, but beyond that, it's a recipe for disaster, a collapse that could take years to recover from. This isn't just speculation. When leaders like Jamie Dimon say we're in the most dangerous economic times in decades, you know something's up. Dimon, Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, they all see what's happening, and it's not because they want to crash. They know their money is tied to the same market, but they also know that a false boom is just a setup for a bigger fall. So what's the takeaway here? Diversify, think twice before you go all in on any single strategy, and pay attention. Don't get caught up in the illusion of an endlessly rising market. If you're not in a position to handle extreme ups and downs, spread your risk. Maybe it's gold, maybe it's Bitcoin, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. This is about being ready for whatever comes next. Because the truth is, we're in uncharted territory. With so much uncertainty, a little bit of preparation could make all the difference. What's coming isn't just another cycle. It's something that could redefine what prosperity looks like. For the few, it's a golden ticket, but for everyone else, it might be the hardest battle yet. We're all in this together, at least for now. So let's brace for what's next and stay alert. If you found this video thought-provoking, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay updated on the latest economic insights, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching.